big. I thought that it would be really nice for you guys to get to know me a little better through my tattoos, as all of my tattoos have meaning to me, and they kind of portray who I am to the rest of the world. That being said, just because maybe your tattoos don't have meaning or you just really liked it doesn't mean that I don't appreciate that as well. I do really appreciate seeing art on someone's canvas or your body. I think that's really cool. It's totally your body, your choice, whatever you want to put on it, whether it has meaning to you or not. Mine just all happen to have meaning. So for this video, I'm going to go from my oldest tattoo to my newest tattoo. I'm going to talk about just kind of tattoos in general and what my own experiences were. Before we get started, I am just going to let you guys know that when I first started getting tattoos, I was really cautious about showing my family and some close friends, because I have a lot of people in my life who have really strong opinions about tattoos, and they're not necessarily positive. So a lot of my close family, close friends, my close friends now know about a lot of my tattoos, but my close family still really doesn't, because I know it upsets them, so I just kind of don't really talk about them a lot. So that's the thing. I don't really recommend it. Obviously, your body, your choice. Whether or not your family likes it or not, I'm sure you will have your own opinions about that, but it definitely sucks keeping them quiet. On the other hand, I don't really talk about them a lot unless people ask, or they're my really close friends who we talk about tattoos with a lot. Let's get started. So my first tattoo I got in 2014. I had wanted it for years and years. I think probably 4 or 5 years before I even got it. It is a dove on my right wrist, and I got it because the doves tend to stand for peace, and I have anxiety, so I got it to remind myself to find peace within myself when I'm feeling down or out of it, or just worrying about things that I really can't control. I love this tattoo and its meaning, but that being said, it was my first. I didn't do a lot of research for tattoo shops, tattoo artists, and I definitely regret that. Looking at it now, it's really faded, it needs a lot of touch-ups, there's a lot of uneven line work. So that is my next goal. If I do think I want more ink, it's going to be to touch up this one because it needs a little bit of work. I do recommend going into making sure that you have talked to your artist in person and you know the tattoo place kind of well. Unfortunately, I didn't, and I would not recommend that place to anyone, just because when I got there, I didn't feel comfortable, not only because it was my first tattoo, but because she was really blunt. I don't know, she didn't have a lot of experience when I started. She had just come out of her apprenticeship, so her bedside skills weren't super great. And I don't expect tattoo artists to sit there and talk to me through the whole thing, but she really get down to business, and that was it. Which, for the first time tattoo, wasn't the best. Well, the tattoo place that I went to was not in a great neighborhood, but again, one of the main reasons that I wanted to go was because they were quick for appointments, and I just wanted to get it done because I was so nervous, but I was also so excited. This one cost me $90. My next tattoo I got in 2016. Got the one on my left side, which says "This too shall pass." I got this one done at a different shop with a different artist. It cost me, I want to say $110 or $105, but I can't remember. We're really concerned, particularly my artist, because she was like, you only have one other tattoo. Ribcage tattoos are a lot more painful, they're a lot more difficult to do. There's no flat surface for me to lean on and push on, so you have to stay really still. And she was blunt, but not as blunt as my first artist. And I told her, I know this is ink, it's going on my body. If I mess it up, it's my own fault. So she was like, all right, we'll do it. I literally wanted it, found the font, I played around with the font for a couple days, and my 2 other friends were going to get ear piercings. And I was kind of tossing up the idea. I was talking to a few of the other people who work there, and they were like, dude, if you're thinking about it, do it. So I did it. I had to come back later in the day to do it, but I did it. And honestly, it was not painful at all until closer to the front of my rib cage. That was pretty painful, but still not as painful as people were making it out to be. So when people come up to me and say, hey, you have ribcage tattoos, how painful were they? I'm honest with them, and I said, like, the first 3/4 of it, I didn't feel. That could just be me, but yeah. This one, its meaning kind of ties in similarly to my dove, where whatever I'm going through, I know I will get through. I've done it before, I'll do it again, I'll get through it. I just have to wait for it to pass. My 3rd tattoo I got in 2017. I got it with my best friend and roommate at the time. Still best friends. Was my roommate. We got this together. We went to the same shop. I got my ribcage tattoo done, just with a different artist. It was a walk-in. So it says warrior, and the eye is a semicolon. And for those of you who don't know, the semicolon tattoos are behind a mental health movement. I'm really, I don't want to say I'm really into mental health, but I'm an advocate, that's the word I'm looking for mental health. I have a lot of people in my life who struggle with mental health. All of my schooling is surrounding mental health. I have my own mental health struggles. So I just kind of wanted to show my support, but I wanted it done in a more unique way rather than just the semicolon that a lot of people were getting. And I saw warrior, and I thought how fitting it was. That one cost me about, I think it was like 100. It wasn't really painful to get done. The W actually did bruise for a while because of the bone that it was on. So if you're getting anything that's on direct bone, watch for that, because it's not a good feeling. That one as well was done by a different artist. My 4th tattoo I got was in 2018. It's my shoulder piece. It is a treble clef, bass clef, heart, but not the stereotypical one. This one, both the treble clef and the bass clef are facing the correct ways. I got that obviously to symbolize my music, and my love for music and my passion for music. That one I had literally been saving this shoulder because I knew I wanted to get a music tattoo on it. I just hadn't done it. I went to the same shop that I got the previous 2 tattoos in. When I went, I wanted to get the artist who did my ankle tattoo to do it. Unfortunately, they called it tribal, which everybody I asked said it wasn't, but they called it tribal, and they said he didn't do tribal, so they forwarded me to a different artist who was great. He was super helpful, it was super nice. He allowed my boyfriend to sit in and watch, and he was just really cool about it. I believe this one was 140. It took about an hour and a half, maybe not even. But he actually sat down with me for a consultation, and he drew up the piece, and he fiddled with it, and he showed me what it looked like if it was completely filled in, because that's how I originally wanted it, versus just line work. And I 155% liked just the line work, so that's what we did. So he was really good, but a lot of his art isn't my style, so it just so happened that this piece fell into his style, so that's why I had him. So that was my 4th new artist. So my 5th tattoo I got in 2019. So this one I got with another one of my friends. She wanted to get a friend tattoo, and I was like, cool, because again, it has meaning to me. And I got the Harry Potter symbol on the top of it, because I'm super obsessed with Harry Potter, and the quote is Harry Potter, but also fits our friendship. So it's my right side, it says, until the very end. I got it in the exact same font as I did my other one, so it kind of reads as, until the very end, this too shall pass, or this too shall pass until the very end. So whatever I'm going through, I will make it until the very end. It reminds us that we're strong until the very end. We went to a new shop because I had had some not personally, but I had been with a few friends who had some not so great experiences with the previous shop that I had my other tattoos, a few of my other tattoos done. So I was like, you know what? I'm just not looking for any place. Booked it ahead of time by like a couple days, and we actually got an apprentice to do it, and he was really good. He was super thorough. He was really good. He is going to be set up for a great career because I think he was taught really well by whoever he was originally apprenticing. This one was 130, which is interesting because it's the same size as the other one, but it costs less. And it has more to it because it has the Harry Potter symbol. Honestly, the most painful part of this one was the Harry Potter symbol because it's up higher, it's on pretty much all bone, so that was probably the most painful. Then my 6th tattoo I got with one of my friends in Montreal. We went out for a week, not quite a week, a couple days, to explore the city, get to know, kind of go on a little bit of a vacation. And I was like, you know, I really want to symbolize this as my first trip alone, like without my parents. And it was my 25th year. So I was like, you know what would be really cool if I got Roman numerals 25 on me in the place that I went. And he was like, yo, that's sick, I like it. I spent a couple hours looking up shops. Figured not so hard to do XXV, so that's what we did. I think I originally wanted it on the inside of my ankle, but when I got there, the artist was like, well, what about back here? And he showed it to me and I was like, oh yeah, I love it. So he and I actually both have this tattoo on the same spot, really to symbolize that it's my 25th year, finally being an adult on my own, and I love it. This tattoo was the most painful tattoo I've had. It literally felt like he was sawing through my leg. It's actually still raised. I'm pretty sure all of it is just scar tissue at this point. Like, I know tattoos will have scar tissue, but I think this is like significant scar tissue. So I don't know what they do in Montreal or how they teach you how to tattoo, but that ink ain't ever coming out of my ankle. It's in there for good. It was $100. Pretty much every shop that I looked at in Montreal who had walk-in time was a flat fee of $100 at least. So that's fine. Their shops are also a little bit strange to me. Most of their shops are a cross between a tattoo parlor and a hair salon, which is really weird, but unique, so whatever. And my last tattoo, got in 2019 again. It was a flash tattoo that I found at a tattoo convention that my friend and I went to. I did not plan to get a tattoo. I just wanted to go look, I just wanted to see what was going on. I'd never been to one, and I'd never had one close enough to me, so we just kind of went and examined, and this one artist, super nice, super talkative, just made you feel really comfortable, and I was like, you are definitely someone I want to get tattooed by, just because I feel like I know you, like I feel like you're one of my friends, but you know what you're doing, and it was just great. He was really good, and he had flash pieces out, so I was flipping through them, and I saw this geometric design. I don't even really know what to call it, and I was like, ooh, I really like that, but I kind of gave in because I really liked it, and it was kind of my treat for graduating my second program. And it just so happens that geometric pieces tend to mean balance, stability, and intelligence, which is perfect for a graduation present for me. With the artist that I feel most comfortable going to. Just my biggest tips for anyone looking to get a new tattoo or looking to get a tattoo in general is make sure you have juice with you. It is considered a trauma to your body, you know, you're piercing it with little needles over and over again. I have been lucky enough that I've never bled while they're doing a tattoo, but some people do. So make sure you have juice to keep your blood sugar up so you don't pass out from all the adrenaline, because that can happen, and I mean, most of the time you're sitting, but you still don't want to pass out, because if you pass out, pretty sure tattoo artists, if they're good, they're not going to keep going. They're going to wait for you to come to. So it's just easier if you are prepared ahead of time. If you don't want juice or you don't drink juice, at least bring water to drink. Definitely bring something. Make sure you don't drink the day before. A lot of tattoo artists will have that like posted, but obviously alcohol thins your blood, so you're more likely to bleed. Going to come away with a better tattoo if you're not bleeding. If you just bleed because you, like, that's just how you are, well, they'll work with that. Obviously they're used to that. They're used to their canvases having different needs than a painter's canvas, where it doesn't usually bleed. As well, make sure that you're getting what you want. If your tattoo artist is like, I don't want to do that, or this needs to be changed, take their advice into account, but also remember that it is what is going on in your body, and if you're not happy with it, say something before they start tattooing you, 100%. And finally, know the biggest thing that I wish I had been told. Tattoos are addicting. I originally only ever wanted one, and now I have 7. They hurt. Yes, they hurt. They're not great. I really enjoy, like, I don't want to say the pain, but I do. Like, I really enjoy tattoos, but definitely know that they're addicting, even if you have a low pain tolerance. My friend that I went with for our very first tattoo, she doesn't have any more yet, but she's planning on getting more, and she barely sat through what she got, and it was quite small. So just remember that, and they're not cheap. It's good to know ahead of time if you can get a quote, because they're not cheap. And it's not always better to go to someone who's cheaper, because the cheaper you go, the more likely you'll get what you pay for. And that's not always great, which is what I've gathered from my Dove. As much as I love it, it needs some work. Those are my tattoos. That's a little bit more about me that I want to share with you guys. If you guys have any tattoos, or if you have any future tattoo ideas that you want, leave them down in the comments below. Let me know. I love talking about them. I love seeing them. I think they're gorgeous. They tattoo, I'm like, wow, that is a piece of art. Show me more. Everybody has their preference. And I guess we'll see you guys hopefully next week. Bye.